Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, being here, being you. There's only one of you here, so be the best. Thank you for watching my videos and for sharing your time with me and for being a part of my dream. So today, real quick, we're gonna talk about Wednesday season 2.
I liked you better when you were a crystal ball away.
Well, one day I won't be here anymore.
That is on Netflix. I don't think it's nowhere else, so if you don't have Netflix or some type of like other way or form to watch it, then hey. But yeah, let's talk about it. So I absolutely love Wednesday. When I watched the first season, I was like, oh my gosh, I loved it. And then watching the second season, at first it was like, girl, what the fuck? Because she had killed somebody. She had, or it was like a serial killer or some shit. So, and that was like how she spent her summer. So I was just like, what the fuck? But you know, watching like this show or even Addams Family, you got to keep in mind these people are different. These people are outcasts. These people are not in the norm. So then I was like, what the fuck? And then it started going into like the height and everything. And I just think season 2 started off slow. But the end of season 2, from like episodes 3 down, totally made up for it. I love the direction of this show, and I love like what this show also represents, because like she goes to this school where it's a whole bunch of outcasts because they transform into werewolves, vampires. You know, that one girl, she Agnes, she what's it called, she go invisible. You know, then they had the sirens, the mermaids with the black girl. We see each other because if you know, you know. But so I love like that showing of like all these kids are in this school because they're different and they have like these powers or whatever. And I love how they all just let each other be different. Like, that's just so beautiful. And I love how even her family, Wednesday's family, the Adam family, how they all know each other, how the dad is in love with the mom, and how they know their kids, and how they have psychic powers, and they can like, even the mom, I think she has like bat hearing or some shit like that. But you know, they each have their own thing. And I love how like, and I love the mom so much, because even though her and her daughter don't really get along, they still, you know, they still love each other. They're still there for each other, and the mom truly does want what's best. And that's like typical teenage mother-daughter relationship, you know, because it's like teenager thinks she know everything, she know what she want, and I'm proud of you, boo, you got your head on, do. But honey, so even that was beautiful. But yeah, the storyline I loved. From, well, what was my favorite part of the storyline? I think my favorite part of the storyline, honestly, would have to be how they got Thing. Yeah, like, to know that they got Thing, because her dad like was about to die and everything like that, and the mom had to cut off his hand, and then the hand got like these powers, and I was like, oh my gosh, like. And then at the end when he was choking Wednesday and Thing, they talked to Thing and they was like, we love you like your family. I was just like, oh my gosh, that is too cute. So that was one of my favorite parts. I loved Enid. I love her character too, and I loved how she became an alpha, because like she said, she was very underestimated by Wednesday and low-key by everybody. Everybody just saw her as this girl who was just like very like preppy and kind and nice and social, but then she ended up really being her. She ended up really being that werewolf, like for real alpha. Like, I don't need no full moon to transform. Like, I can transform right now and do something, like. And I love that. I love that, because rooting for the underdog, I guess. I don't know, but like, it was low-key so perfect for Enid, because I don't know, I just feel like it just fit her character and her personality. It sucks that she is like that forever, and maybe they can like find or do something, but that girl, for real, like, to be alpha girl, period. And I can honestly see Enid like that, like I don't know, like. And I love the part when they switch bodies as well. I love how they focus more on Wednesday's and Edith's relationship, because even at the end of that, they told each other what they liked about each other, what was beautiful about each other, and that was just so nice. I love seeing Wednesday get out of her little comfort zone, you know, her little dark shit, and like actually express and say how she feels, and kind of let her guard down a little bit. So cute. And even like Wednesday being allergic to color and everything, that shit was funny as hell. That shit was funny as fuck. And when she got like her revenge on her and went out in that courtyard, that shit was funny. Like, everything was just, even though it started off slow and I was like, I don't know what the hell we getting into, like, it really made its way into like this beautiful story. And I think that's one thing that Tim Burton does well, is tell stories. Because didn't he do Alice in Wonderland? I love Alice in Wonderland. And didn't he do Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So one thing about Tim Burton, he can tell a story, or he can direct a story and how he wants it and everything. And that definitely shined as well in Wednesday, and that shit was just so cool and beautiful. So yeah, I don't really know like what's gonna happen next season, you know, because Tyler's mom is dead. Even that whole thing was kind of weird, because was the mom and the brother bumping purses? Because when he was talking to her in that mirror all about her like that, and they was kind of, I was like, what if they're hides? Because the kids are made out of incest. What do you mean that the mother was made out of incest? Because Isaac's not a hide. Bitch. But even Isaac's part was low-key brilliant, because I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, oh my god, this fucking zombie, like, this is just a regular ass zombie that became a part of the storyline. For what reason, who knows, I don't know. But it was kind of funny because he did bring him back to life, and then it kind of started getting a little trippy when he was eating people and getting all his shit back. And I'm like, oh wait, this is actually a person. I just thought it was a literal zombie. Like, I just thought it was a literal, like they said, like a folk tale or some shit like that. But when his body really started coming back and he really was a person, I was like, oh damn, who the fuck is this? And then of course that whole story behind that, it's just brilliant too, you know, like for it to come together like that. And they actually had ties with the parents. It was like, oh wow, like, oh wow. So I don't really know what's gonna be next. I think obviously she's finding Edith, so maybe we'll be able to get to see like where she is, and maybe they could do something to help her, you know, like it's 2025 now. Y'all could like invent something to help the girl get off of being a werewolf. And the family, I don't really know what to expect out of family. I feel like with the Addams family, it's always something. Oh, the aunt is alive, right? And then it said Wednesday has to die. Yeah, so okay, yeah. That's gonna be interesting. Because like I said, the mom, I feel like she definitely will protect her kids, die for her kids, like, period. So yeah, that would be fucking crazy even for her to find out her sister is actually alive and the mom was hiding her this whole time. Like, bitch, the fuck? What is going on? Why is there so many secrets? And like, there low-key has to be so many secrets because things do get like dark and you do have to protect people. But it's like, oh my gosh, like, who started this shit? And why does Wednesday have to die? Like, maybe Wednesday is alpha too. Like, maybe Wednesday is really, really powerful. Like, maybe she's more powerful than the generations before her. But at the same time, why was she locked up? And why was she locked up but she didn't have her book or like her journal or some shit? So like, is the mama doing something? Like, mama, you got a favorite daughter or something? Was the mama doing that for her protection? But the mama, she a little sketchy to me. I ain't gonna lie to grandma. She a little sketchy to me. Like, she just gives toxic. You know, like, girl, you ain't bigger than no fucking program. Sit the fuck down. Sit down. She really thinks she the head of the family. Which, like, you are, but, like, do something with it. Like, you literally have this whole fortune and you just keeping it or whatever the fuck. Like, do something with that shit. You just over there with your morticians and your cemetery. Girl, do something with that shit. You was about to give it to a whole school. You let a siren trick you and this white man trick you. And even that was crazy. Like, that man was a pimp. That man was a pimp. He was pimping out that girl mama. He was pimping her out. Then gonna sit there and say he can't be siren. Like, you would have caught these hands. You would have caught these hands. But then on top of that, you have a power of fire. And then you set that guy on fire. You're crazy. You're psychopathic. Yeah. But then he ended up dying. So I love, like, I mean, he's not Medusa, but I love that power. Like, imagine people look at you in the eye and you could just turn them into stone. Like, nobody could say nothing to me, honey, because what, you could just y'all remember that TikTok during COVID where the black guy with the eyes, he was talking, the lady was running in the woods and he looked at her and she screamed. That's kind of what it gives. So that shit would be so fucking funny. So yeah, and I think the school is shutting down, right? It was like their last semester or something like that, and they're not coming back. Honestly, I don't blame them. There's too much shit happening at that school. They done lost 2 principals. Okay, and then the sheriffs and the cops and shit just sit there looking fucking dumb. Like, y'all, what are you even here for? You don't even do your job. Like, you don't do your job. You don't catch nobody. These people outsmart you every time. If there was gonna be a sheriff and the cops, y'all should have been outcast too, because y'all can actually help and do something. Why do you have like regular normies as sheriffs and cops trying to police outcasted people? They don't know what the fuck to do. They just over there after everything, just trying to put the pieces together, and there ain't no pieces to put together. Ugh, so that was like, not getting on my nerves, but I was just like, oh my god. Like, every scene the sheriff came on, I was like, girl, you're not even needed. Like, power to the black woman, but you're not needed. You're not. And so yeah, I enjoyed season 2 though. It had a great pickup to it. I definitely think season 3 is gonna come out. The only thing is, don't chop that shit up. What is up with chopping? Because they doing the same thing with Stranger Things. Why is y'all doing that? That might work for the average person, but for me, I don't give a damn. Give me all the shit right now. Like, I don't care about all that chopping this shit up and that. I don't care. Because after I watch a show, I go back, I live my life. Like, you're spacing these things out, and do you think, like, the whole time you're spacing this out that I'm worried about it coming out again? No. I don't know, do normal people do that or something? Like, does the average person, when you split these shows up, is the average person telling you that you're splitting this up with a month break in between, they're telling you for the whole month that they've been thinking about this, waiting for the show to come back on? Does that boost your ratings? Does that, I don't know, like, do the people like it or something? Because to me, I don't give a damn. Put the shit out, especially with Stranger Things. Put it out. Like, Stranger Things already been going on for 20-30 years. Just put it out. Last season, just put it out. You got us waiting, and on top of that, you're doing it during the holidays. Like, don't nobody got time for this shit, Netflix. Like, this is not no studio show that's on cable, NBC, CBS. No, just put it out. Your streaming service, put it out. So anyways, I do think there will be a season 3. I honestly think this will go to like 4 or 5 seasons, and then I think maybe they'll stop it. But I do have a question. So these stories, is this the real Addams Family story? Because I've only seen like the movie, and I don't really remember. I was so young and stuff, I don't really remember like all of this extra stuff happening. So yeah, is this like Wednesday show its own literal Addams Family story with like hints to the original, or is there like chapter books already written on this shit, and they're just doing it again, you know, telling that story? If that question makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know, and we can just chitter chatter about it and get to the bottom of it. So yeah, of course, what is you guys' thoughts? I'm super excited, y'all. Football is back today. Eagles and the Cowboys. I love football. I'm so in love with football. Like, I wouldn't want to be a football though. Hell no. But I love football. So football's back. I'm about to go watch the game. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying. We are once again in the last little bits of the year. So close out the year. Be the best with a bang. And continue being safe and responsible, and just enjoying the rest of the year for real. Enjoying the time that you have here, and being gentle to yourself and giving yourself grace and everything. And yeah, just continue having fun, and the holidays are coming up. So yeah, take everything day by day, moment by moment. I love you guys. Bye.